So when we talk about usage rates, what are we talking about? Okay. So like I said, most of this information is written in the manual, but it's also very important that you understand what usage rates are. So when you formulate a product, I will leave a picture of a formulation, and then you can see when you understand what an ingredient does, the function of that ingredient, which is the same as what it does, and the compatibility of it with other things. So when you want to formulate a product, what I do is the first thing I think about is what is that skin problem that I'm trying to solve? It could be skin lightening, it could be pigmentation, it could be dry skin, it could be someone that needs to repair their skin. Okay? Once you figure out what you want to do for that skin and the type of the skin you're working with, you are now going to say, okay, of course, I know how to make my base cream, because the base cream, when you're making a cream, is very important. And then when you're making oils or body butters, you know what ingredients to pair it with. Okay? Sometimes we might want to, invent things, and that's okay. It might not go right the first time, but you have attempted to invent something, okay? So, for example, you want to work with an acne-prone skin. This person is suffering from pigmentation, and you want to help this person's skin. So now you know, I want to make a face cream or a face serum or something, or face oil. Most times, people with acne-prone skin will want to settle for face creams because they believe oils are terrible for their skin. But that is not true. But then you have to listen to what your client wants. So now you're going to look at it. Okay, I know my base cream, and then I know those oils. I'm going to look at those oils that are great for acne-prone skin or oily skin. And then I'm going to look at those ingredients, apart from oils, that help. There could be powders that can help with acne-prone skin. Powders like niacinamide help with, sebum, help with the to regulate sebum production. You have things like kojic acid that inhibit tyrosine. This kind of face cream, you definitely want to make sure that the skin is being told to stop producing melanin in those areas, which will lead to, the browning and probably the disappearance of that pigmentation, that pigmented skin. But at the same time, most times, only kojic acid can do that. So you want to pair it with some ingredients that you know will help with inhibiting melanin production or completely stopping the production of melanin. So there's a wide variety of ingredients that you can use, but before you write down those ingredients, you can write them down to the side and then look into your notes, or if you can go online and see, oh, okay, this doesn't pair well with this, so this is out of it. Lactic acid doesn't pair well with tranexamic acid powder, so I'm not going to use them together. Tranexamic acid powder is a new discovery, and that is great for pigmentation and also with helping with a moisturized skin. Okay, so you definitely don't want to pair tranexamic acid with lactic acid. Lactic acid is also great for acne-prone skin, but it is not suitable with tranexamic acid, okay? So you might want to let go of one for the other one, and that's okay. So you want to look at those things. You want to make sure that you have your powders, your base cream, your preservative, and your oils or extracts, whatever it is you want to use, as long as they are targeting that skin problem, as well as understanding their usage rates. Knowing their usage rates will help you to know the percentage your production needs to have. Okay? Most times, your base cream will carry a higher percentage, and then maybe your hydrosols and your powders. And we also encourage people to use 3 to 4 powders in every formulation. You don't need too many powders in your formulation because some of them do the same thing. And that's why it becomes a waste of powders. Another thing you want to consider in your formulation is the pH. Okay, you want to see pH compatibility of these ingredients. Okay, some products or some ingredients are in the same pH, so they are suitable. They might not rise, they might not fall, they are just stable in that pH. But then it's okay to make some ingredients that are not pH compatible, although sometimes it voids or nullifies the strength of one of the ingredients, but most times you can buff up or reduce the pH of your production. But it's very important that you look at pH of products as well when you're formulating, because sometimes if a pH of an ingredient is supposed to be stable at probably 6, when you take it up, it is not stable anymore. Things like vitamin C need to be at a lower pH to be, effective. So if you put it in a product that has a pH of 6, it's not going to do anything. So those are some things that you want to consider when you're formulating products, okay?